Welcome to this yin class. It'll be about 50 to 60 minutes depending on how long we hold some of these poses. And one of the key things again is to always be breathing. I'll give you lots of ideas about how to modify the pose if that is a difficulty for you or it's beyond the shape that I'm showing. So make sure that if you do have some extra things, this would be the time to stop the video and go get a blankie, a bolster, or some blocks for this. Okay, so coming into the middle of your mat, we're going to start off with a wide Baddha Konasana. So that means a cobbler's pose. So you're going to bring your feet, the soles of your feet together. And I like to pull the flesh out. So if your butt is on the floor, then pull everything out. If you're unable really, or your knees are really high, that's the best way to explain it, then you need to sit on a rolled up towel, a rolled up blankie, or your bolster, or your blocks. Okay, so let's begin. You're going to just have a really, really gentle entry into this pose without wanting to get anywhere or to do anything. Yes, so if this is the end of your day, then you are becoming aware of tension or anything that's left over that you would like to get rid of. And the easiest way to get rid of it is to keep coming to back to your breath. And in yin, what we really like to emphasize, yin is held poses for longer than you'd like. We really like to emphasize that the lowest rib is the place where the exhale and the inhale is supposed to happen. So at that lowest rib place, at the bottom of the vessel that holds your lungs, is the diaphragm. And the diaphragm is a huge and beautiful muscle. It's one of the most important of muscles. It's very thick. And it does a kind of double duty, actually probably triple or quadruple. But one of the things it does do is it holds tension. Either good tension, bad tension, both tensions, all the same tensions, doesn't matter. So when we get that lowest rib, which is attached to that diaphragm, to move, especially on the exhale, we're going to perceive a release of tension. You can have your head cupped in the palms of your hands, your elbows on your mat or on your blocks, so that you don't have to bring tension into your neck, or you can just let your head hang. So whatever is working for you, and not one of these poses is a statue. So if you feel like you need to move over to the left or over to the right, or even just swish your body from side to side, your belly is relaxed. Just swishing from side to side is a way to hold the pose longer, distract yourself, but keep yourself in your body. So we're feeling, or if today is a day where you'd like to experiment, we're feeling the tissues moving. If this is a day you want to experiment and see what happens if you become very still, and you become very aware of the tissues, perhaps in your back body, in your low back, or maybe in your inner thighs, or maybe you even feel the tissues in your feet, or in your hands, or in your jaw. You feel your jaw relaxing, or maybe you're feeling that those tissues are releasing as well. So the really great part about yin is any of these poses can be done anytime. There's no special sequence. We are going to do a sequence today that is intelligent and smart, and will give you an excellent shavasana. But you don't have to wait for a yoga teacher or a video to release tension. You could just decide, oh, my low back is a little bit sore or feeling a little stiff. And I remembered that when I was in a wide Baddha Konasana, my feet forward in a beautiful diamond shape, and I was coming down into this pose, it felt good. So inhaling, exhaling. And if you want to close your eyes, that's perfectly fine, especially after you've just gotten into the pose. You can get really, really deep by closing your eyes, hearing your breath, and noticing what is moving. What is moving? Can you let go a little bit more in your inner thighs? Can you let your belly go a little bit more? Using your fingertips, bent elbows, the most important part about all this yin stuff we do is how carefully we come out of it, because that's where all the space is going to be preserved. So you're going to walk your fingertips, we like to use fingertips, all the way up, beside your hips. You can lay the backs of your hands on your legs. And you just take a moment, your eyes can be closed or open, whatever works for you, so that you can feel how your spine is now situated and your pelvis is situated in a different place in relationship to your legs because of the work you just did. The next pose is Hero's Pose, and I'm going to show it with sitting on my pretend bolster, which is my rolled up. I know I have a bolster behind me, but I'm going to just use this. This is a Hero's Pose. We're going to have our knees quite wide for this one. Those of you who know the entire Hero's Pose, you should go for it. I'm showing a modification today. So you're going to sit with the whatever you have, the bolster, between your feet and your knees quite wide. So those of you who have knee issues will know to get on your belly. I'll show that in a moment. But others, you're going to come down. Your fingers are going to be to the long sides of your mat. Your elbows are bent. This supports everything. You're going to tuck the tail, lift the tail, and then bring your hips back down so that you have this beautiful elongation in the low back. You should feel only the tops of your thighs and maybe into your hip flexors. And we're going to be here for a while. For those of you who feel comfortable with this one, then go ahead and stay here. Those of you who want to experiment with removing the bolster or your blankie, go ahead. Those of you who can come all the way down, you do it really carefully because you don't want your knees to not be happy. Those of you who have knee issues, come onto your bellies. So everybody else that started the other one gets to hold it a lot longer. Lucky them. You're going to come onto your belly. You can bring your left elbow. This is for people with knee issues. We're going to just take the back of our foot, the right foot, with the palm of our hand. People will feel this immediately in their front of their right thigh, front of their right hip flexor. And again, you want to breathe. You want to see how much right elbow can go up. I'm going a little extreme here. It's up to you where you feel it. It's very much how your day went, how your body is at this moment, how much yoga you practice, your DNA. Those of you on your belly can switch your elbows. I know that if you do have knee issues, opening up the front of your thighs is pretty intense. So We won't hold you here for as long as the other people that are sitting on the bolster or sitting on the mat in full hero's pose. There's many variations on hero. The one that I showed you is the most accessible, the first one. You can bring your thigh bones parallel and do hero, but that is more advanced. But you can always try, you can experiment. So wherever you are in this, those of you who are seated, with your feet behind in regular hero pose, I want you to carefully move onto your belly, and there could be some groaning involved. Those of you on your bellies, you're already there, so it's a little less groaning. Bring your forehead on top of the backs of your hands, and bring the roots of your toes really to the long side of your mat. So your legs are quite wide. This will give this beautiful space in the front of your pelvis. You can feel your low back release. So we want to be here for, this is kind of like a restorative part. It's like a letting the body figure out the first two poses that we did, which was a forward and almost a backward area. And we want the body to kind of really absorb that or incorporate it in its memory. The next pose is Cobra. Cobra can be a little bit fatiguing in the neck, so you could do Sphinx pose. So the idea is that the front of your body is opening up. So Sphinx pose, you can bring your legs parallel. I like to tuck my toes underneath so that I know that my leg bones are even. Then you can put the shoelace side of your feet on the floor. So Sphinx can be elbows underneath your shoulders. In my body, this causes a lot of fatigue in my neck, and I can feel if I hold it like that, that my shoulders come up. And that's not a good thing for me. So maybe that's for you too, that it's not a good thing. So you could bring your elbows just a little bit forward and triangulate. Create a way of holding up your chest that's more supportive. So bring the palms together, interlocking the thumbs. And the idea here, once you start feeling that low back, is you're going to pull the forearms towards the back, and maybe you press all 10 toenails into the floor, and you feel your ankles and your knees lift, and you feel how that is creating some space in front of your belly. And then when you release, you feel more space in your low back. You can stay in Sphinx, or we could go into Cobra, into a regular Cobra. Your hands can be out to the side. This sometimes is called seal. I'm going to show you the full Cobra, where you bring your hands right underneath your shoulders, and your shoulders are down and you're pulling them back. All 10 toenails are on the floor, and you're feeling the work of opening up the front body and the squishing of the back body. This should not bring you so much intensity that you are no longer breathing. So, and you can always cycle from this very high Cobra to Sphinx. So do what makes sense for you, for the movement of your body. This feels so good for my body today. So I'm going to hold Cobra for a little bit of time. I'm also going to swish, and that's available to you as well. You can swish, just feel what you need to feel, and then you can land into your Cobra. Keep the tops of your shoulders away from the bottoms of your ears. So proud chest. And this is a perfect place to practice that lowest rib movement. If you're down on the floor in Sphinx, then for sure you're going to feel it. And if you're up in Cobra, a high cobra, then you have all this beautiful space to make that lowest rib move. And you even feel it in your back. You feel the entire rib wrapped around your torso. If you're up really high, or even if you're in Sphinx, I'd like you to come down really slowly. And just notice how the body is reacting. Elbows out to the side, one palm over the other, and just turn your head to the left or to the right. Now I bet you know what is the counter pose, because even if you haven't done yoga for a long time, there's a longing that is happening in your body. It may cause you to groan or sigh, and that would be a good thing. You could turn your head to the other direction now. You're going to take your hands now underneath your shoulders. You're going to close your armpits, fingers really wide. Tuck your toes. Try to use your strong arms and a little bit of that connection with your feet and your legs as you press back, into either regular child's pose or wide-kneed child's pose. You can have your arms forward. You could have your blocks helping you for your head. These yin practices are hard on the neck, so it's really nice to be able to just put your forehead or the weight of your head on a block or a bolster or a blanket. If your arms are forward, just check in on whether or not your hands are relaxed. And you could also flip the palms of your hands just for something different. If you get a response in your shoulders, that's pretty good. And now you get a chance to feel that lowest rib, because that rib is moving along your legs. Shoelace side of the feet again. Just reconnect with your awareness of the 10 toenails. Inhaling and exhaling. Bring the palms of your hands together, elbows out to the side. Let's put the middle between your eyebrows, your third eye. Let's put that on the base of your thumbs. Just have a nice little moment where you feel it's almost like a little self-massage. And you have a chance now, because your body is relaxing a little bit more, that your inhales and exhales are getting deeper and more in your control. So deeper and more in control might mean that you inhale maximally and you pause without stress, and then you exhale all the air out and you pause at the bottom of the exhale. Beautiful distraction. So we hold these poses to work on your breath. I'd like you to come up now. Use your fingertips. Push yourself up into Japanese seated posture if that's available to you. Roll your shoulders back. Your chest is lifted. Flip the palms of your hands so your wrists are resting on your thigh bones, and just notice, you could close your eyes, just notice all the things moving deeply in your body. And as you sit here, there's still movement. There's still bones readjusting. Tilt your hips forward. Feel the tissues in your low back adjusting, rearranging. We're going to go back. If your eyes are closed, like mine, it feels so good to be in this pose. Open them, please. And we're going to go into a wide-kneed child's pose. So if you have a bolster, it's really nice to just have that bolster as a nice cushy thing in front of you. You're going to come down. Wide-kneed means the big toes are touching. I'm just going to move a little bit closer to you. And if you're going to come down, you can cuddle your bolster, and you can turn your head, side of your head in one direction. Doesn't matter which, we'll switch in a moment. But see if you can't notice whether or not you can put a little bit more weight on your heel. And you can feel your leg bones relaxing a little bit more. And maybe the space between, in your inner thighs, between your leg bones, that is softening. See if you can't soften your belly. You can close your eyes here. Experimenting with the pauses, the pause of the pause at the bottom of your exhale. Now you can lift and maybe turn your head to the other side. Really give your body permission to really relax. Relax your shoulders. Notice if your hands are relaxed. Fingertips. Toe tips. If you need to kind of come up and then move your body back and readjust, then go ahead and do that. Or if you don't want the bolster anymore and you'd really like to come down and allow your body to really chill, you could either bring your forehead on the floor, your arm bones forward, or your chin on the floor, or your entire head on a block is nice too. Notice what is letting go. Using your fingertips, bent elbows. Remember, the most important part of this yin practice is how carefully and mindfully we come up. We're going to come up. Keep your legs exactly there. Oh, feel your chest. Woo. Whoa. Shoulders dropped. And just have a moment here. We're going to go into the third child's pose. This one, the most childy that you can do it. The most extreme child pose. Bring your legs together. Curl. So I like to start here as if somebody's hollowed out my belly so that there's a curve in the front of my body. So, and I want to go into this quite soft, but I am going to bring in the front of my body and try to squish everything. And then I'm going to try to aim, you can use your block or your bolster, try to aim my forehead to the place just in front of my knees. And then roll your shoulders down. Palms open to the ceiling, near your feet. Notice the quality of this child's pose. How easily your body is going into this pose. Those of you who are unable to ask your knees to do this, you can always be on your back and bring your legs close into your chest, grabbing underneath your thighs. So there's always a way. Breathing, chilling. Oh, see if you can't let something go. I just noticed that I was holding my chest up away from my legs, so I wasn't even aware of that until I exhaled, and then all of a sudden, everything released. Check in on your exhale, your next exhale. Make a sound, sigh or groan, so that you can feel additional releases. Bring one arm bone forward. Don't rush. The other arm bone forward. Palms on the floor. Then using your fingertips, bent elbows. Slowly, slowly, with your head down. The head will be the last thing to rise when we come back up. We're going to come into Japanese seated posture again. Come all the way up. The head will be the last thing. We come up, the torso gets organized, the pelvis is tilted towards the front of your mat, your chest is proud, your shoulders relaxed, and your head comes onto that spine. See if you can't, even if you can't see it, obviously, but see if you can't feel your lumbar curve and your cervical curve. Flip the palms of your hands. The backs of your hands are on your thighs. Close your eyes. Really chill. I hope the music you selected today for this practice is really, really supporting this practice by allowing you to really zen out. If your eyes are closed, simply open them. And let's come to the middle of the mat to try cowhead pose. We're going to do cowhead pose easily to start with, one leg at a time, and then we'll go to the full cowhead pose. So you're going to take your right leg. It's relaxed, so just relax the foot. And then bring the knee, we're using the right knee to start with, that knee over your left leg. Now, this sometimes is pretty difficult for the left hamstring, so you can just support underneath the hamstring a block or your rolled up towel or blanket. Okay, and that will make it a lot easier because you've got this heavy leg on top. So this is going to be the start of the cowhead pose. We'll continue to advance this. If you get to a point where you're feeling it right here, then that's where you need to stay. So we're going to be doing each side, so you want to conserve some of your energy so that you can manage this. You're going to bring your nose, heart, belly button line over your right knee. And once you've come down as far as you can just take your arms, relax them, make them a heavy weight as well. Those of you who are getting lots out of this version of this pose, I want you to stay there. Others, bend the other knee underneath. Flex your feet to start with so that we know that your kneecaps are going to be safe. Your knees are going to be safe. And then relax those feet. And then once again, your hips are glued. Your buttocks are glued to that mat. But you're coming forward in a soft way so that your arms relax. Your chest might end up over those legs. If this is hard, I know it's a lot of intensity. This is hard on holding your neck. Then use your blocks. Use 2 blocks if you need to hold up your heavy head so that you can let the work of gravity and the work of your torso just work or open up your right hip. It's hard to say all those words. So here we are. Cowhead pose. For those of you who'd like to go even deeper, you're not feeling it. You take your right arm bone behind so that the hand, and this is not with the elbow pushing your head. You have to have enough flexibility in your shoulder that you're still upright. Take your right hand behind your heart, bend your left elbow, palm to palm. Then you would inhale, open up your chest. This is the full cowhead pose with the horns to come over. So now, oh my goodness, so many feelings as we feel the weight of the arms working against your right hip. Those of you in full cow head, release your hands, release your arms. Everyone can use their fingertips, bent elbows. Inhale, come on up. Oh, don't rush it. This is where all the magic happens. Woo! Feel your lumbar curve. Feel your cervical curve. Lean back. Whoa, I can hardly wait to move these legs. Right leg comes forward. Hardly can move it. And take your left leg. We're going to do the other side. Pull it back. That helps. And remember your options to support. It could be that this side you actually need support even if you didn't need it on the other side. Then you take the edge of your left foot. You want to get this kneecap, the left knee, right in the center of your nose, heart, belly button. Inhale, and then exhale, soften your body. Just go to the place where you know you can breathe, where you can feel your left hip. Those of you who want to stay here, feeling, stay. Those of you who want to go a little deeper, bend your right knee. Sides of your feet on the floor. Flex your feet first so that you know. You're not sitting on those feet. You can see that they're out to the side, but some of you will be a little closer than me, and that's perfectly fine. Knee over knee, nose, heart, belly button, coming over, oh my goodness, this side. So noticing, don't be too judgy. We don't want to say a good side and a bad side. Just notice the difference. Notice. So if this was something, this pose was something that was really important to you, it was really opening up your body, and you felt one side was really, really, really tight, then you would hold that tight side for much longer, because then you might balance that side out. Remember your options here. If your head is too heavy, let the forehead hang on your block. And release the tension that's building up. Those of you who want to go into full cowhead pose, you got to have your horns. So you take your left arm bone up, bend the left arm. Palm is just behind your heart. Keep your throat open. Then the right arm bone out to the side, bend the right elbow, and then see if you can't bring your fingers together. Inhale, whoa, exhale, come on down. Oh, this is intense. Feels delicious. Make sure your buttocks are still on the floor. Inhaling. Exhaling. Letting something go. whatever needs to be released, let it go. Those of you in full cowhead pose, release your fingers to the floor, elbows bent. And then everyone with elbows bent and fingers on the floor are going to slowly come up. Resist the temptation to just come up really quickly because it's so intense. Just go like super slow. Super, super slow when you feel it so intensely. And then land into neutral. Don't move. Make sure your breath is still moving, though, from the pelvic floor all the way to the base of your throat. And your lowest rib moving in and out. Lean back. Oh, whoa. I can hardly wait to move these legs. Right leg, left leg. Oh, go hip width apart and just sit for a moment. Flip the palms of your hands, close your eyes and just sit. Nice. The next pose, everybody's favorite. Those of you who've practiced with me for a long time probably know which one that is. Wide-legged forward bend. So I'm going to help my legs today. I'm going to take my heavy right leg. You can grab the calf or the back of the thigh. And I'm going to swing it over to the right. Move my blankie there. If you need to sit on your blankie to do this wide leg forward bend, then go ahead. Pulling the stuff out of the way, take your other leg. Oh, and there you go. Now in a yin wide leg forward bend, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter to you. This is not a flow class. We're not looking for precision. We're looking to create space, especially in the hip and the hamstrings here. So let your feet flop open. In fact, just shake them and then just let them do what they need to do. If you feel there's still a lot of flesh, I'm feeling there's a lot of flesh. I'm going to leave my butt behind, pull it back, and now I'm going to have a chance without the flesh interfering, more bones touching the floor to come forward. The head is going to be a heavy weight. You're not going to kink your hose too much, but your head definitely is a counterweight to your legs that are talking to you. So when our legs are talking to us, our hamstrings, the inner thighs, for some of you maybe your low back even. Your back right now, your whole back can be quite curvy. I want you to talk back with breath. So when we talk back to breath, with our breath in yoga, we are concentrating on breath, which is a super great thing to do, but we're also sending a signal to our body. The signal is our breath is perfect, there's no need to be afraid of this pose. So on every exhale again, we're going to just settle. You need to groan or moan, and you'll know when to go forward a little bit or how your body's reacting because the intensity will start to diminish. And you should always be testing your edge to see how far can you go. And not from day to day, but just in this pose, in this moment, for these few minutes, whether or not you're noticing. Is the left side or the right side different? Is the left side giving in quicker? Are both sides just plain loud talking to you? So talking back with breath. Lowest rib moving. And remember, you can always use your blocks. You can build it up. Inhaling, exhaling. Keep everything soft. Keep your toes soft, your jaw soft, fingers, eyebrows, If it becomes too intense to hold it, I'm being very still in my pose today, but you could always move your body over to the left just to have a distraction. Or over to the right. Just to mix it up so that you are still in your body and you're not responding to your mind that's saying, asking you questions like, how long and why? Instead, you just answer in breath. That's it. You ignore those thoughts. You begin breathing. Using your fingertips. You want to go slowly. This is a lot of work. Coming down here, holding this pose. Use your fingertips. Pull your forefingers towards your thumbs. Lift those wrists. And press down and forward. Lift the elbows or straighten your arms or whatever it is that you've got going for you. Keep your head, your chin tucked in, so your head is heavy. Walk those hands towards your pelvis. Oh, I can hardly wait. But even slower. When you get that feeling, go even slower. Oh, and then you come up. The chest is lifted. Oh, I want you to feel how your spine and your hips and this relationship with your legs, how it's changing. Take your hands onto your knees and then just get the kneecaps going to the ceiling. And then just lift your heels and land your heels gently back into the floor. And you can be supporting your body with a hand forward or a hand back or whatever works for you. We just want to be here to feel if we can let go more. So I'm feeling that I'm holding on to the left side. So can I let go a little bit more? Can I receive the benefit of that wide leg forward bend? We're going to lie down. I know, that sounds really good, doesn't it? We're going to lie down. It's not Shavasana. Don't get excited yet. You're going to bring your feet hip width apart. We're going to support ourselves going down because we want all that beautiful softness and all the fascia work that we've just done. We want that to still be there. So we're going to come down onto our elbows. The knees are bent. Soles of feet on floor. Oh, I can hardly wait. If you need to make a big groan, when you get down here, please join me. So I'd like your arms out to the side, scarecrow style. Backs of your hands on the floor. Bring your feet a little closer to your hips. One foot, the other foot. And then just feel how your whole back body is responding to this. I'm feeling that I need a little more space in my neck, so I have to lift my head and reposition it. Now, a pose that you're going to enjoy. You're going to bring your knees into your chest, relax your feet, and very organically, much like a little baby moves around on their back and grabs their feet. You don't have to grab your feet, grab your knees. Organically move and massage your whole spine, but particularly your low back. That should feel great. Then land your feet. And then again, just feel. Soften your belly. Soften the back of your heart. We're going to do a beautiful, simple twist. This twist is your feet are hip width apart. You're going to lift your heels, get up on your tippy toes, lift your hips, put the right side of your right buttock on the floor, then allow your knees to go over to the right. And I hope that you still have your blocks or your blankie nearby, because you can build up the ground underneath your right leg or between your left and your right leg. Now dig your elbows in, move your body a little bit over to the right. The thigh bones are below the belly button, so just see if you can't do that, and see if you can't stack your feet best you can, one on top of the other. And lift your head, reposition it, and then just let your left arm bone go out. It can be scarecrow, or it can be above your head, or anywhere where you feel it's supporting the idea of the left shoulder being connected to the floor. Now that we've done all that, take an inhale, and on an exhale, let some of the tension go. Let your low back feel the space that you created in this practice tonight, or today, or this morning, so that you can really benefit from these tissues opening up and responding. You can close your eyes here. Now, for some of you, looking to the left is good. Some of you looking or having the back of your head on the floor and looking up, or closing your eyes and looking up. Or if your neck can't handle it, you look to the right, or you do what needs to give you the deepest relaxation in this simple twist. Right hand can be a weight on the outside of your left thigh. See if there isn't something else. Just do a check. There's something else that you can let go. Can you make your legs heavier? Can you make the back of your heart heavier? Can you make your head heavier? This is a good example of a twist that can be done whenever you feel a build-up. Build-up in your low back, build-up in your chest, and you need to send a signal. Just come on the floor and do a simple twist, and let gravity do the work of opening you up. We're not forcing anything. We don't have a place to go in terms of the pose or any agenda, how it should feel, how it should look. Just have our beautiful music and our body responding to gravity. Dig your elbows in, bring them close into your rib cage, and then bring the soles of your feet again onto the floor. I know you want to stay there forever. And then rearrange your hips so they're in line with your shoulders. So maybe you have to scooch your shoulders. So the soles of feet behind each buttock. Interlock your fingers to webbing. Bring the hands behind your head and stretch the back of your neck. Oh, that feels good. Allow your head with your arms, your hands and arms are helping your head back on the floor. Whew. Get on your tippy toes, lift your heels, lift your hips. Left side of left hip on the floor, knees going over to the left. Thigh bones over thigh bones, feet over feet best you can. Now dig your elbows in, move your body over to the left. And then left hand on the outside of your right thigh, and then fling that right arm bone. And rearrange, and it might be a continual rearranging for you, that after you've held this pose for a few minutes, you need to find a little more space, maybe for your neck, or maybe the gaze, maybe the direction of your gaze, or maybe the range in your arm movement on the right side. Relax your toes. If you can close your eyes so that you can truly feel, you can really go into your body and you can really feel gravity dragging your legs down, softening. Maybe you can also, once your legs come down, maybe there's some release at the belly. And maybe you can experiment with breath and breath retention, where you take a big inhale, you hold for as long as it's not anxiety producing for you. And when you exhale all the way down, you feel that lowest rib move, and then you hold the bottom of the exhale, and you notice, and then you come back in to your normal breathing. These breath retentions, this 4-cycle breathing, it's a quick way when you can't come to the mat of coming back into a calm space, your mind and your body. Notice how the bones are getting heavier, how the back of your heart is getting softer. Adjust so that you feel the most comfy. Bring your elbows close into your rib cage. Arms are 90 degrees so you can press through the backs of your arms. And then roll onto your spine so you can bring the soles of your feet again onto the mat behind your buttocks. Lift your hips. Rearrange your hips gently. Shoulders and hips are in the same line. Again, interlock your fingers to the webbing. Bring them behind your head. Squish your elbows towards each other and lift your head with your hands and your arms so you can stretch the back of your neck. Allow your head to come back down to the floor. This is the time in the practice where you get permission to have the longest ever Shavasana. You can either go into your Shavasana with your own music or with no music, or you can continue with one of our videos that has 10 or 15 minute Shavasana with a guided entry and also beautiful music. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, today, this morning, whenever you joined me. It means the world to me that you are taking the time for yourself, and I'm so grateful. Namaste. I'm going to cue you to relax the various parts of your body. We're going to start at the top of your head. We're going to go around to the right side and end up on the left side and end up at the top of your head at the very end. Okay, here we go. So I'd like the back of your skull to release and let go. Your shoulder, let go. Your elbow, let go. Your forearm, heavy. The backs of your hands, heavy. Your thumb, let go. All 4 fingers, let go. Your entire right arm, let go. Your right rib cage, let go. Your right waistline, heavy. Your right hip, heavy. Your right thigh, let go. Your right shin, let go. Your right ankle, let go. The sole of your right foot, heavy. All 5 toes, right foot, let go. Your whole right leg, let go. Your whole right side, heavy.
let go. Left toes, relax. Left sole of your foot, relax. Left ankle, relax. Entire left foot, let go. Left calf muscle, let go. Left thigh, heavy. Left hip bone, let go. Entire left leg, heavy. Left waistline, let go. Left rib cage, heavy. Left armpit, heavy. Left shoulder, let go. Left upper arm, heavy. Left forearm, heavy. Left wrist, heavy. Back of left hand, heavy. All four fingers, heavy. Left thumb, heavy. Entire left hand, heavy. Entire left arm, shoulder, heavy. Entire left side of the body, heavy. Left neck, heavy. Back of neck, heavy. Right neck, heavy. Front of chest, relax. Throat, relax. Jaw, relax. Lips, relax. Right eyeball, right eyebrow, relax. Left eyeball, left eyebrow, relax. Middle of eyebrows, relax. Forehead, relax. Entire face, relax. Heart, relax. Relax entire body, heavy. Let go. If you can stay here longer, please do. But if you need to leave or you're ready to leave, begin wiggling your fingers first, really slowly coming back to the room, and then your toes, so you feel your extremities. Go slowly. Bring your legs together. Bring your arms overhead and take a big breath and extend your arm bones over your head. Keep your eyes closed and then point your toes away from your fingers. Take a big inhale. Hold the inhale. And when you exhale, sigh, groan, moan. Let something go. The backs of your hands relaxing. Your feet flopping open. Take another breath. Bring one knee into your chest and the other knee. And roll around really slowly and gently into your back, to any areas that were woken up during your practice today. And then roll over to whatever side you'd like and use your arm bone as a pillow. And just hang here for a moment. Feel your whole body respond to gravity. And begin easy breathing so you feel your rib cage move with your breath. And then notice your body, your calmer, stronger body, with this beautiful, easy breathing. And notice your calmer, stronger mind. And put all kinds of details into this memory, how you feel exactly at this moment, so that you can come here when you need it the most. Namaste.